what they could. They won the championship last year, and now we come in and now two evenly healthy teams, and number one in Eastern Conference and Western Conference respectively, and this is what it's about. So I'm excited for the challenge and going out there and competing.
Third row in the center.
Henry Wolford with Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Kyrie right here. Both teams are shooting well from three-point range, but that's obviously a strength for the Warriors, something that they live and die by. Do you see this being a three-point shootout throughout the series?
I just think that it'll be a lot of great this is a series with a lot of great shooters in it that have the ability to make unbelievable shots beyond a three-point line or even the two-point area. But when you have a team like the Warriors where they have Clay and Steph, shoot it unbelievably from three-point line, and then as well as us, we have myself and Swish and Kevin and Channing and guys that just space out the floor incredibly well. You'll definitely see a lot of three-point attempts and a lot of long rebounds, but a lot of fast breaks as well. But both teams do an incredibly good job just screening for one another and getting each other open for what our strengths are. I wouldn't call ourselves a three-point shooting team, but we have guys that are definitely capable of putting the streaks up of three-pointers.
First in the back.
Chris Haynes, Cleveland.com. Kai, have you allowed yourself to just think about the magnitude of these two teams, the star power, the history, and what everybody is pretty much calling this has the potential to be an instant classic. Have you thought about the magnitude, or is that something that you'll think about after the series is over?
No, I kind of leave that up to you guys. Just kind of putting that moment for what, for everyone out that's not in our locker rooms for what it is. For me, it's just being back to this moment, thinking about the journey, thinking about how long it's kind of been from last summer to getting hurt of game one to now where we are now and being back up on the stage, and having a clean bill of health, thank God. And, we just see it for what it is. It's just the finals. It's top-level basketball. This is the highest level that you ever want to get to. Nothing's guaranteed at this point. So you just want to relish the moment and focus on what you can control and then go from there. That's all I'm really focused on. And it doesn't really matter if it's an instant classic or whatever. Everyone's opinions about, after whoever wins this, this finals, anybody can call it for what it is. Just want to be on the winning end.
Chris, far right.
Chris Broussard, ESPN. Kyrie, how closely did you watch the Oklahoma City series closely? And if so, did you learn anything from that you feel you can take into this series?
To be completely honest with you, I wish I could say I sat there and watched every game and just really tried to study as much as possible. But going home and thinking about what we had to accomplish ourselves to get back to this finals was, it was strenuous in itself. I wasn't really concerned about what was going on in the Western Conference, not as much as, probably anybody would think. I was so focused on getting back to, preparing. We lost game 3 and 4. And then everyone starts to think what's going on with the Cavs, and we're dealing with a lot of pressure on ourselves, which is fine. But I was just really focused on what we had to accomplish for ourselves. But definitely watching film now and studying over the last few days has definitely given me a chance to slow down the film, break down what I can definitely learn from, the matchup at the point guard role. Also, offensive tactics that we can include in our offense, and then also defensively how we can attack them better. So.
Besides film, did you watch the series like when it was happening, or you just have watched it on film?
I caught bits and pieces, man. I was literally in bed at like 9 or 10, almost every single night. But I caught bits and pieces of it. I wake up in between, and the game would still be on. But other than that, I was, finishing my night watching Family Guy. That was it.
Over on the right side, third row.
Eduardo Galvão from ESPN Brasil. Now, you and Curry, you were teammates in Spain, world champions. And at that time, you came up as the MVP of the tournament. I would like for you to talk a little bit about this matchup, if it will happen. I know it will happen sometimes. I don't know if all the time. I'd like for you to talk about this a little bit.
Just going against a great player like that is just something you look forward to. He's a 2-time MVP. He, solidified his spot, just among NBA great players, and actively playing and. As a point guard that kind of relishes in those competitive matchups, you just look forward to something like that. And he's going to do what he does for his team, and I'm going to continue to do what I do. And, this is the level of, competitiveness that I've been looking for as a kid, playing against, the MVP and also the previous champions and getting back to this point. So looking forward to it.
quickly your expectations, because probably, most probably too, you two will be playing together again in Rio 2016. We hope to see you both there. And are you looking forward to that?
Well, as of right now, we're not on the same team, so I'm not really thinking about the Olympics at this moment. But you know, it'd be great if we played together this summer.
Dave, last question here on this side.
Kyrie, Dave McMenamin, ESPN. Have you got a chance to look back at Game 1 of last year's finals? Have you ever gone back to that tape or that play with Clay? And then also, throughout this last year, how much did doubt play a part in your emotions?
Doubt never crossed my mind, ever. Neither did fear or anything like that. I think what really scared me was the process of getting back, of learning how to walk again, learning how to do things again, and try to be at the same level that I was last year. You know, I had a pretty decent year last year, and then coming to the finals, it wasn't what I really wanted it to be like. And when you have you know, a guy like Kev go down, and then you know you're left on a platform with LeBron, and you're expected to perform at a high level, and you're not fully healthy, and you can't give it all you got, then that kind of keeps you up at night, which it did. Then getting hurt Game 1 of the finals was probably like the cherry on top, where it all fell backwards for me, going back downhill and very, very fast. And I just had to get out of my own way. You know, I had a lot of great mentors, a lot of great people around me in terms of supporting me back to get to this moment and preparing me for this. I've, you know, meditated on it. I've prayed on it, you know, for months and months and months. And I'm glad it's here. And I'm glad I can say I'm finally up here balanced, literally, physically and mentally. And I'm just really, really happy to be on this moment and be on this stage again. And now that we can attack it the way that I want to, and I know my teammates want to as well. So just, I think I said it early in the year, just a Ferrari with no rearview mirrors and just no looking back, no regrets. And this is what it's about.
Thanks, Kyrie.